not in a residential area. We've even got an autistic child in the neighborhood. His mother told me he ran in the house and hid and wouldn't come out. I just don't think we should have this kind of stuff. Big things landing on my roads, burning holes in it. I'll be 84, just, how come do I have to pick up all this stuff? And they accuse me of being rude and unpatriotic when I ask them to come over and help clean it up. So that's my spiel.
And I want to speak to that as well. I live around the corner, and several years I have walked past that particular intersection, and it's egregious, and it's noisy, and it's loud, and the air is just full of gunpowder.
Well, I had to take a shower before I could go to bed because my hair was full of the crap that comes out of the fireworks.
My mother lives across the street from me, in that little house where I still own it across the street, and she was 95 at the time, and she called me, and she said, would you come over please, on July 5th morning. So I went over, and there was and at the time, none of you were sitting here, but I brought the fireworks to this meeting, and I laid it on the table upstairs in front of the council. And I said, this is a 95-year-old woman. What if that had landed on her roof? I've lived here 58 years, and in all that time, I've tried to be a good neighbor. I wouldn't do this to my neighbors. We don't have loud stuff at our house, and we mow our grass, and we pick up limbs, and we're good neighbors. And I'm just not sure that these people that live across the street from Elora are being good neighbors. And this is Marion. It's just outrageous, actually, that
Why don't you ask him to put on the show out at the county lake? Because he's got plenty of fireworks. He told me he had $6,000 worth, but he got a good deal on it.
Well, are they discharging the fireworks in the street?
Yes, yes,
Well, that's prohibited.
Well, yeah.
From what I read.
it is.
And our policemen live
It
right
says,
there.
And there's
a
a,
person shall not ignite or discharge fireworks in 1,000 feet of any hospital, sanitarium, or infirmary, into, under, or on a car or vehicle while moving or standing still, or on a public roadway, or the right of way of going into public roadway.
What about in the
Fireworks
neighbor's
shall not be
yard?
discharged within 50 feet of any retail fireworks or facility where fireworks are stored. Goes on to say it shall be unlawful to discharge them within 100 feet of temporary stand. And says it shall be unlawful to discharge any fireworks within 20 feet of any residence, dwelling, or other structure. If they're within 20 feet of your place when they're doing it. I mean, you need to call the police department and they can enforce that,
They live right next door.
yeah.
and across the street.
Yeah, if they're discharging them
So I'll
within
just
20
call
feet
you-
of your residence, or they're discharging them on the street,
And-
you need to call the police department and let them know.
I'll call 911.
And the other thing is, they did not stop when the ordinance said the 0:00, 10 o'clock, or whatever it was. They did not stop, because I live close, and I have cats, and they were terrified. Tracy lives across the street, her dogs were terrified. It's just, if I wanted to live in a war zone, I would move to Ukraine.
Nah, you're not gonna move me.
Oh, you just wait.
We
No.
may ship you over there, but you ain't gonna move.
But, we see the photographs of those women and children fleeing from the destruction and the noise and the damage and the danger. I just can't see this as any different.
Well, this goes on to talk about trash disposal, says in and all parties shall be responsible for the pickup of all trash or debris caused by their discharge of fireworks.
Where do I get a copy of that?
Right here.
It's on the city's website too.
Here, Roger's got one for you. Roger's got one for you that, and
But now,
you look at the back page, and that's where all that is. And if
But
they don't
she
do it,
asked-
call the police department,
David.
let them know.
She
I'm
asked
still
for
finding
help.
it in my flower beds.
She asked for help the next morning, and they were snotty.
So I guess my question is, what are you looking for us to do?
I don't really think we need fireworks this big in town, do we?
Okay, so I still ask, what are you looking for us to do?
I'd like for you to
Because right now, I mean,
ban
it
some of
sounds
those
like,
big
and I'm
things.
just trying to make sure I'm understanding you correctly, it sounds like most of your frustration is with one property owner.
Yeah, pretty much.
And so that's why I'm asking, I mean,
Of course.
yeah, I think that's what it comes down to, is the
We just
enforcement
think-
of what our current
We
city
just
code
think you
already
need
is.
to be aware
Sure.
that this is outrageous.
I don't think we need things that go 100 feet in the air and then,
And whistle and bang and, yeah.
Well, if they're shooting pop-ball rockets, those are illegal.
oh, well, we got those here too.
No, that's on the front page.
And you use them around me, David, all the time.
So here's the deal. Is there any ordinance that says you cannot explode things higher than da-da-da-da-da, you know? Is there
I would
any,
have to read the entire
okay.
thing for that, I didn't see
They
it.
sell it here in town.
Well, assumedly, I don't buy them because I don't have money
They
I'm
do.
mad at, yeah, but, I don't buy fireworks because I don't have money I'm mad at. But, I suppose they do. I suppose there are.
I didn't-
Council, your ordinance outlines, based on the federal guidelines, you've selected the mid-range of fireworks that are legal in the US.
Okay.
Okay? There is, you could go down in classification. But at this
yeah.
point, both of your dealers have been told that they have to comply with up to the 1 3/4 inch artillery shell. That's the biggest thing that they sell within the city limits. Those that sell within the city, they have copies of this and know exactly what level they can sell. If there's fireworks being brought in from somewhere else, then that's clearly enforcement. If the artillery shells are larger, the police need to stop that.
This, I mean, it's kind of like you, Chris, I mean, this sounds to me like it comes down to enforcement.
Yeah.
And just
Yeah.
working with Clinton and you guys when we get to that point.
Yeah, no, in the past, we've fought or struggled with people stopping at a certain time, depending on how the 4th of July falls. So if, like this year, the 4th of July falls on a Monday,
Yeah.
so you can shoot them off till midnight on Monday, but but everybody has to work on Tuesday.
Right.
But Sunday night, you have to stop at 10, nobody has to work on, and they think they can just keep going. So the one officer that's out,
Yeah.
by the time he were to make it around to all of those different places, I mean, it could be a while.
Yeah.
That's the-
So, yeah, I mean, and if this is something the council wants strictly enforced, we can stop giving warnings, because that's what we've done in the past, is usually, here's stop or get out of the street, and if they don't, I don't know if we made it back by there in that amount of time, I mean, in the amount of time there was, because there's one guy out, it takes an awful long time to drive every street in town.
Vendors from year to year.
You're even sitting on the sidewalk curb.
On your sidewalk and curb? Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Every single year.
He's a fireman
No
too.
longer
Right.
get-
He told me not to worry about my house burning down because he'd saved it.
Are you setting tonight, are you setting the number of days and the hours that these things can
No,
do?
It's already set.
It's already in there.
It stays the same every year,
It does.
which
So
is
if
what
I
we're-
voted with you and voted no.
Well, I'll probably have to put my oxygen on and go pick up to keep,
Well, and that's
to
what else
keep
I would
good
say
with the
is,
neighbors.
well, but it, I mean, if you're having issues with trash,
Well,
that too
this-
is an enforcement. I mean, it's called out right here, so I'm not saying to call 911, but I would assume that there's a way to enforce some of that too.
I have his personal number.
If you don't have it, I'll give it to you.
I know where it is too.
Well,
It's
everybody's
just-
aware I'm not happy.
And we hate to be tight about this, but, you know, that's not being a good neighbor.
And it's a problem sometimes.
It's a challenge for those of us that try.
And it doesn't necessarily extend to this.
Yeah, their yard isn't much better.
And, is there some sort of ordinance about disturbing the peace?
There's a noise ordinance.
Would you deputize me?
No, absolutely.
Yeah, I talked to him.
They're not giving you no badge.
Okay, well, you've heard us, and do you know what we're saying?
If you have issues, contact Clinton.
Two-
and he'll-
2144. 2144. Or 911.
He'll be happy to.
Are you working that night?
Yeah.
Well,
I
will
may.
walk over
We'll
there
see.
and give him the stink eye,
You
yeah.
may need to, huh?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else wish to address the council? I'll entertain a motion to adjourn the regular council meeting.
I'll be making motion, I'll move to adjourn this one at this time.
And I'll second that. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. We'll have a 15-minute break with council and budget workshop presenters for refreshment.